What separates high-performing hosts who scale to 10, 30, and 100,000 per month from those that are stuck at just break even? It isn't more properties. It's how well they optimize every inch of what they already have. This video is a full masterclass on profit optimization. We're gonna talk advanced upsells that guests wanna buy, leveraging orphan nights and calendar gaps, how to get the Airbnb algorithm to push your listing higher, virtual assistant workflows to automate revenue, smart design that increases conversions, and the psychology of repeat bookings. I'm gonna show you exactly how we extract 20 to 50% more profit per unit every month across our portfolio. Let's go deep. All right, the money is made in the setup. If you want to increase profits, stop thinking like a landlord. Start thinking like a boutique hotel brand. The biggest mistake I see hosts make is launching a generic unit with gray furniture, an iPhone photo, and thinking they'll get premium bookings. You need to win the algorithm, the scroll, and the guest trust, all within seconds. Here's our exact pre-launch checklist. First, we do competitor recon. We open Airbnb in our city, sort by superhost and highest reviews. We analyze the top 5 listings within 1 to 2 miles, and we take note of the design theme, top amenities, guest avatar, and cover photo style. Next, we do a theme plus amenity audit. Does your market cater to bachelorettes, families with kids, corporate stays, remote workers? We need to design every space with that guest in mind. All right, when we launch, we need to do some cover photo testing, run A and B tests, test maybe a pool shot, maybe the living room, a game room, a cool shot that shows your accent walls. And then a lot of markets, you're gonna wanna rotate your photos seasonally. If you're in a winter market where it snows and maybe you have a cabin, you might wanna work in some of those snowy winter shots as you get closer to the winter months. All right, next, you need to be investing in amenities that will make you stand out. We always spend a lot on amenities, but we always track the return on investment. And it is by far the best return on investment you can get for your Airbnb business. We're talking vanity setups in girly markets, arcade and game rooms in family homes, and espresso machines for upscale listings. All right, for your listing copy, your title absolutely needs to sell. You need to start thinking about this as a sales page for your listing. Think of the first 3 lines in your title as like a mini elevator pitch. What makes your property unique? Why is your location good? How many people do you sleep? This is where you're gonna sell on your preferred guest avatar. Something we do really often to boost our listing in the Airbnb algorithm is we add in a call to action. See, Airbnb prioritizes listings that have a high number of inquiries and bookings. So what do we do to drive more inquiries? We add in calls to action, maybe something like message us for seasonal rates, ask us about our seasonal discounts. That way we get the guests off of our listing and into our inbox. And this will do 2 things. It will drive our listing higher in the Airbnb algorithm, and it gives us an opportunity to sell them in the inbox and finalize their booking. If your unit looks like everybody else's, don't expect to get booked first or at the highest rate. All right, let's talk advanced pricing strategies to fill every night in your calendar. Every empty night is lost money. You can't get it back. We use price labs, but 80% of the magic is in how you layer strategy on top of the algorithm. You need to optimize for mid-week. Mondays and Thursdays usually book, but Tuesdays and Wednesdays, just go ahead and discount them 10 to 20% to boost occupancy. Rather make a little bit of money than no money. And again, you can add a call to action in your listing and say something maybe about ask about weekday stay specials. Because your weekends are gonna get booked no matter what, even if you have a decent listing. But your weekdays, that's where all the money's made. All right, here's how we get orphan nights booked. What is an orphan night? An orphan night is a night or nights that fall between 2 bookings. So the middle of the 2 bookings. These are obviously harder to book, and price labs can often miss these. What we like to do is we manually set lower minimum stay to 1 night. We drop the price to 15 to 25%, and we include free early check-in to sweeten the offer, if available, of course. All right, and just make sure you're not relying on price labs alone. When events get announced, increase the minimum stay to 3 nights and increase the rate by 40 to 70%. You can add early booking incentive in the listing and say something like book now before rates increase. This really helps to make sure you're getting top dollar for those local events. All right, last on this piece is we have a calendar review system. We have virtual assistants audit calendar every Monday and Thursday. We look for holes, trends, and low performing nights. We adjust minimum stays, discount thresholds, and orphan fill. Your calendar is not a set it and forget it system. It's a revenue puzzle you solve every week. All right, this one's pretty different. We can upsell experience and add 1,000 to 3,000 extra per unit per month on the high end. We like to monetize more than the stay. We monetize how they stay. So here's the full stack of upsells we offer. So first, we charge for early check-in and late checkout. We charge $49 on weekdays and $99 to $149 on weekends. $199 during holidays or peak season. And we auto message 24 hours before arrival and offer a discount for adding both. Guests love the flexibility. We offer a mid-stay cleaning. This is anywhere between $100 and $300 based on the property size. And we offer this on day 2 of a 4+ night stay. Our virtual assistants schedule the cleaners, and we include fresh towels and a restock. The pet fee, it's a flat fee anywhere from $75 to $150, depending on the length of the stay and the listing. We'll include dog bowls, treats, cleanup supplies. All right, for heated pool access, we charge $50 a day for this. We make sure that it has to be booked for the whole stay. And this really helps because we're able to make more than it costs to actually heat the pool. In addition to this, you can charge for pack and play and baby add-ons, stock in the fridge and grocery services, and all the upsells are all automated. So we have all these templates in Hospitable, we schedule it with our virtual assistants, and cleaners see add-ons in Turno the day of. All right, let's get into messaging guests for more stay value. We don't wait for profit to come to us, we initiate it. So 3 days before arrival, we can say something like, hey, we had a cancellation, want to arrive a day early for 20% off? If the guest's already planning, this nudges to fill gaps in our calendar. For mid-stay, you can message 1 to 2 nights before checkout and say something along the lines of, hey, I want to sleep in and check out at 1 p.m. for $99. Or, hey, want to add another night? The unit is available and we'll include a late checkout. At the end of the stay, a day after checkout, you could say something like, hey, thanks for staying. Here's 10% off your next stay. Follow us on social media platform for updates. And you can even offer a referral bonus if they send you a friend, and you can say, hey, they get $50 off and you get $50 off your next stay. This typically works pretty well because it's personal, it feels exclusive, and it drives longer stays, repeat stays, and 5-star reviews. Most guests won't ask, but if you offer the upgrades, many will say yes and thank you for it. All right, my favorite section on this is your listing copy that drives clicks and the algorithm loves. The algorithm rewards engagement, messaging volume, and click-throughs. So here's what we can do to cater to the algorithm and make sure our listings rank on that first page. We can add prompts in the descriptions. Say something like, hey, message us to ask about special weekday discounts. Or booking a celebration, ask about our VIP packages. Again, your title is where you sell. You need to quickly and accurately describe what makes your listing stand out and better than all the other listings in the market. Make sure this caters to the guest avatar. A good example is something like, hey, 5-bedroom home with pool, neon bar, arcade, bachelorette ready. If your avatar is bachelorettes, this is a perfect title. Add in your photo captions, don't forget. In one of the photos, as they're clicking through, you can say, hey, ask us about early check-in options. Or just add in little captions here and there. If you have a vanity room, you can say, hey, picture yourself and your bachelorettes getting ready in this vanity room. And always change your description seasonally. In the summer, you can add in summer special or holiday ready phrasing as we get closer to the end of the year. Airbnb reads keywords like Google, so make sure you're optimizing for the keywords that guests are gonna be looking for. And you can end with review prompts. You can say something like, we're proud to have over 400 5-star reviews. Our goal is to earn yours too. Copywriting isn't decoration, it's the language that controls your conversion. All right, here's how to use virtual assistants to increase profit while working less. We run a 16-unit Airbnb business with minimal day-to-day effort. Here's how. Our virtual assistants have tasks every day. They go over the Price Labs calendar, they handle all upsell messaging, they handle guest check-ins, checkouts, mid-stay cleanings, they handle calendar management, and they handle review responses and damage claim reports. We use Hospitable for auto messaging templates, we have Google Sheets for inventory and checklists, we have Slack for daily task logs, and we have standard operating procedures for each property. All right, here's some advanced tactics to stack profit over time. Want to take it even further? Here are strategies that most hosts will never think to implement. All right, you can have an off-platform loyalty funnel so you can capture guest emails post-checkout, build a monthly newsletter, get them on your social media, and you can offer 10% off direct bookings, and you can even offer them access to book your calendar ahead of time for events. You can also partner with local companies and businesses and have them offer a 10% discount for all guests staying in your Airbnb. This will enhance your guest experience and your own referral network. We do this a lot to drive traffic to our social media channels. We'll tell our guests, hey, post a story, tag us, and we'll give you a free Starbucks gift card. This is awesome because guests do the marketing for you. This works specifically well if you have a themed unit or something very unique that guests are actually going to follow along on your page so they can stay at your property somewhere in the future. This is why I always stress how important it is to have a themed and unique unit. It's easiest to drive direct bookings this way if you have a unique product and you're not like every other Airbnb listing. All right, and last but not least, for SEO optimization, search engine optimization, include the city names and captions in title, your guest avatar many times throughout the title, location, proximity to points of interest, and use language like family friendly, Airbnb, bachelorette friendly, walk here, those sort of things. Profit is a result of hundreds of small, smart decisions executed well. You can be a landlord who earns a little cash, or you can be a hospitality brand that creates luxury, value, and repeat business. One path pays rent, the other builds wealth. What we covered today are the exact levers we pull to 2x, 3x, and even 5x the profit from a single unit. You don't need more properties, you need better systems, you need better upsells, you need better strategy. This business can be a cash machine or a headache. The difference is execution and systems. Now go execute.